Hello and Namaste. Welcome to Yoga4Unity 2022, a whole new season. So many of you joined us last year. Almost 21.9 million people came together from over 159 countries to join this program. 40 organizations, more than 80 faculty, great yoga masters of our times. And the Yoga4Unity program 2021 was a massive success, far ahead of what any of us who had organized it had expected. And here we are in 2022. So, are you ready for the new season? Before we begin this year's program, it was our dear wish that we take a minute of silence to remember all those who left us in these terrible times of war after the COVID pandemic, and come together in prayer and peace, not just for those who left us, but those who are in suffering the world over. So let us pray together for a minute in silence. Before we begin this program, we wanted to share with you the genesis of this program. So many of you wondering, why this program? There's enough amount of yoga going on in the world, in every single country. There are yoga studios, there are platforms, there are ashrams, there are centers. You name it, yoga is everywhere, and all kinds of yoga. So why this program? Well, it's important that we share with you what happened at the onset. Pujyadaji, Shri Kamlesh Patel ji, who is the global guide of heartfulness, has believed strongly since the beginning that it is important for yoga organizations to unite. It's important for people who are doing good all over the world to come together as one and act as a team. Now, convinced of this, he had been looking for joining hands with everybody to work together. It so happened that in Mysore, during a conference of the Ministry of Ayush, where he had been invited to speak, there happened to be a most amazing person, Swami Yog Rishi Ramdev Ji Maharaj, head of Patanjali Yog Peeth Hardwar. And when they met, well, it was as if something historic happened. Because Daji, Kamlesh Patel ji, was giving a speech and he was telling his ideas, he was sharing with the world his thoughts that good people must unite so that good can happen on a large scale. And while he was doing this, as soon as he finished, the first person to stand up on the stage and take him into his fold, into his arms, was Yog Rishi Swami Ramdev Ji Maharaj of Patanjali. Since then, both of them have worked together to create not just a platform for yoga, but also to request other organizations to join in a wholehearted effort to present yoga to the world, absolutely free of cost. Because this is another one of Pujyadaji's deep inspirations that he keeps speaking about, sharing, and most of all, putting in action, because the Heartfulness Institute offers yoga programs completely free of cost all over the world. Let us listen to the patrons of this program first, Pujyadaji and Puja Yoga Rishi Swami Ramdev Ji Maharaj.
Now, last year we started this Yoga for Unity program 100 days before the actual International Day of Yoga. So to this effect, and especially now, these are the trying times for the world. After 2 years of, we were struggling with COVID pandemic, now the war has ravaged the lives of millions of people in Ukraine, and not just in Ukraine, many other places. In Africa, it's a daily saga. There is so much of suffering as a result of our inability to unite for the greater good. Often people ask these questions, what can we do? Individually, we cannot do anything. Even if you are the Prime Minister, there's a limited scope because a lot of politics is involved. You favor one country, another country gets upset. You've been watching this, so I did not speak more about it because no matter how much we try, we are not in a position to prevent such things. But as Babuji says, when we cannot do anything, we can at least pray and invoke the grace of God. And this happens when we remain prayerful in our hearts for the overall peace in the world. That's why 9 o'clock universal prayer, and especially for this next 100 days, at 9 p.m. sharp, wherever we are, we should close our eyes, sit gently, and offer a prayer that all sisters and brothers throughout the world, all sisters and brothers throughout the world are becoming peace-loving. Their heart is attracting peace in their heart, that all are developing love and devotion and stronger faith in God. For those who like to develop peace in the world, those who like to contribute towards the peace, because if there is no peace, one day this restlessness can attack us also. So it is in our interest that we should offer these prayers in a group. We need not meet each other, but all friends and family members can sit together. You can tell your friends who may not be even practicing Sahaj Marg practice, but you can tell them, look, you can send the WhatsApp message and say, these are the sentiments we should develop. So for next 100 days, let's do this. Yama and Niyama, as Babuji Maharaj says, are taken up later once we begin meditation. Why? Because yamas and niyamas are all about what not to do and what to do especially. These aspects of negative and positive is not well understood, cannot be understood if you are not meditating. It's only the meditative mind can appreciate what is a loss if we stick to negative things and what is a gain through positive attitudes. So yamas and niyamas are taken up later, within few months of our Sahaj Marg practice. Asanas and pranayama, they can be adopted for overall health and mental well-being. Pratyahar, dharana and dhyan, they are meant for our spiritual growth. And we arrive at a very refined state of samadhi eventually, in very short time. And now, especially when we want to offer a prayer and you want to radiate peace from your heart, unless and until we have that level of harmony and peace within ourselves, Unless the rose flower has the fragrance, unless the heart has that peace, we cannot radiate it, we cannot share that fragrance. So, meditative mind, peaceful heart is a must before we offer this prayer. And prayer to be effective, we'll have to attain the deepest levels. Let your mind and heart dive deeper within. So, before 9 o'clock, sometimes they say, oh, I did not do my cleaning. In order for 9 p.m. prayers to become effective, cleaning is a must. So if you have not done your evening cleaning, begin your evening cleaning at 8:45 or so. Finish up your cleaning in 15-20 minutes and continue sitting and offer to prayer. Well, it is heartening to see, because of our Prime Minister, Shri Modi's efforts, many countries are opening up, allowing yoga as a general practice for overall health. Even in many countries who were earlier opposed to yoga and meditations, now they have opened their doors up. Unfortunately, even till today, many people think yoga means asanas, yoga means pranayama. It's a partial truth. But both these asanas and pranayamas, they contribute towards our health, physical and mental health. So that's how, through yoga, we attain this excellency.
सबको शुभकामनाएं देता हुआ हार्टफुलनेस मेडिटेशन के माध्यम से इस युग की 21वीं शताब्दी की बहुत बड़ी मौन आध्यात्मिक क्रांति के प्रणेता पूज्य दाजी को प्रणाम करता हूं और आप योगेश्वर भगवान श्री कृष्ण के सपनों को साकार करने के लिए, उनके योग के ऐश्वर्य को प्रत्येक जन जन के हृदय में प्रतिष्ठापित करने के लिए जो परम पुरुषार्थ कर रहे हैं, सारा हार्टफुलनेस परिवार आपका कृतज्ञ है। ये सारा संसार आपका कृतज्ञ है और मैं स्वयं आपको एक अग्रज के रूप में, बड़े भाई के रूप में, एक अभिभावक के रूप में और उस ऋषि संस्कृति के एक प्रतिनिधि के रूप में बहुत गौरव देता हूँ, आपके प्रति आदर श्रद्धा रखता हूँ और ये बात कहते हुए आगे बढ़ता हूँ कि अपने सभी महापुरुषों के सपनों को बोलो, संकल्पों को बोलो या संस्कृति को बोलो, अपने महापुरुषों के सपनों, उनके संकल्पों और उनकी संस्कृति को, भगवान रामकृष्ण की संस्कृति को आगे बढ़ाने के लिए हम सबको इस योग और अध्यात्म के मार्ग पर आना ही पड़ेगा। इसके अलग अलग घटक है, योगासन है, प्राणायाम है, ध्यान है, अष्टांग योग है, जिसमें अष्टांग योग में ही अष्टांग योग को ही राजयोग कहा है मूलतः। ज्ञान योग, भक्ति योग, कर्म योग, हठ योग, लय योग, कुंडलिनी योग, प्राणाहुति, ये तो शब्द प्रयोग है। योग के विभिन्न आयाम है। इन योग के विभिन्न आयामों से अपने जीवन को हमें उभारना है और जीवन को उभारते हुए हमें मानव को महामानव बनाना है, पुरुष को महापुरुष बनाना, उसको देवत्व और ऋषित्व की श्रेणी में लाकर के खड़ा कर देना है। शरदिंद की भाषा में कहें तो हर एक मानव के भीतर हमें महामानव का अतिमानस चेतना का अवतरण करना है। उपनिषदों में ब्रह्म के दो रूप कहे हैं, द्व्यहवाव ब्रह्मणः रूपे मूर्तम च मूर्तम च ब्रह्मविदः वदन्ति। मैंने महापुरुषों के गुरुओं के मुख से जो सुना कि ये सारा जगत भगवान का विश्वमय रूप है। This whole world is a visible existence of Almighty, and beyond this visible world, the invisible Brahma, Paratpar Brahma, is eternal Brahma, इटर्नल ऑलमाइटी। एक है अपर ब्रह्म, ये जीवन और जगत जो कुछ हम आंखों से देख पा रहे हैं ये भगवान का जीवंत स्वरूप है, मूर्त रूप है, प्रत्यक्ष है ये भगवान का। वी कैन नॉट क्रिएट ए सिंगल cell of body. We are not able to create a single cell of body or single atom of this universe. ये सारा क्रिएशन क्या है? ये सारा क्रिएशन उस भगवान की कृति है, उस भगवान का प्रत्यक्ष है, इसीलिए इसको प्रकृति का है, प्रकृष्ट कृति है उस परमेश्वर की। और हम सब आत्माओं के तदर्थम एवं दृश्यस्य आत्मा, ऐसा योग दर्शन में महर्षि पतंजलि कहते हैं। हम सब आत्माओं के कल्याण के लिए इस प्रकृति को परमात्मा ने घड़ा है, रचा है, और सब कुछ में वही समाया हुआ है। इसलिए प्रकृति, आत्मा और परमात्मा, ये जो सृष्टि के तीन तत्व, और इनमें भी जो एक अभेदता है कि सबका आधार तो एक ही ब्रह्म है, और हम सब जीवों की यात्रा वहां तक है। इसलिए इस दृष्ट जगत में अपने अपने कर्म और कर्तव्य का स्वे स्वे कर्मण अभ्यतः संसिद्धिं लभते नरः स्वकर्मणात्म अभ्यर्च्य सिद्धिं विन्दति मानवः कर्मण्येवाधिकारस्ते मा फलेषु कदाचन योगस्थः कुरु कर्माणि ब्रह्मणि आदाय कर्माणि संगम त्यक्त्वा करोति मुक्त संगो न हम्वादि धृत उत्साह समन्वितः सिद्ध सिद्धो निर्विकार कर्ता सात्विक उच्यते। नियतम कुरु कर्मत्वम कर्म जैश्य कर्मण, कर्म तो करना है, अपना कर्म करना, ये उस मूर्त ब्रह्म की, विश्वमय ब्रह्म की उपासना है। और कर्म करते हुए कर्मों के भी पार चले जाना, कर्मातीत, गुणातीत, भावातीत, जीवन मुक्त हो जाना, ये अपर ब्रह्म की उपासना है। तो हम अपर ब्रह्म की उपासना भी करें, पर ब्रह्म की भी उपासना करें। भगवान के विश्वमय और विश्वातीत स्वरूप की उपासना करते करते इस जीवन का प्रयोजन पूरा कर डालें। भगवान ने अनंत ज्ञान, शक्ति, संवेदना, विद्या, विभूति, ऐश्वर्य से नियुक्त किया है, बिना किसी जाति के और बिना किसी पंथ के भेद के, बिना किसी देश के भेद के। द बेसिक फिलॉसफी ऑफ योगा एंड स्पिरिचुअलिटी इज वननेस, coexistence, brotherhood, harmony, unity। कोई भेदभाव, कोई अन्याय, कोई पक्षपात है ही नहीं। सब हम एक ईश्वर की संतान है, एक समान है, और भगवान हम सबको यहां तक ले जाना चाहते हैं। और इसीलिए अपने विश्व रूप का दर्शन कराते हैं। विश्व रूप दर्शन योग भी है, अपनी विभूतियों का दर्शन कराते हैं हमें। ये यद्यद् विभूति मत सत्वम श्रीमद् भुजेतम एव तत्तदेव वच्छतो मम तेजोंश संभवम्। विभूति योग, आत्म संयम योग, ज्ञान योग, भक्ति योग, कर्म योग, मोक्ष संन्यास योग, गुणत्रय विभाग योग, दैवी संपत्ति योग, अभयम सत्व संसद ज्ञान योग, व्यवस्थिति, दानम दमश्च यज्ञश्च स्वाध्यायस्तप आर्जवम अहिंसा सत्यम क्रोधस्त्याग शान्त्यर्पैशनम दया भूतेश्वरो रुक्तम मार्गम रीर चापलम तेजा क्षमा धृति शौचम अद्रोनातिमानिता भवन्ति संपदम दैवीम अभिजातस्य भारत। तो हम अपने भीतर ये दैवी संपत्ति को विकसित करें, योग संपत्ति को, अध्यात्म संपत्ति को विकसित करें, क्योंकि दुनिया की संपत्ति आने जाने ये भी जरूरी है संसार चलाने के लिए, व्यवहार चलाने के लिए, और सारा इस कारोबार, ये सारा संसार का व्यापार भी उपकार की भावना से हमें करना है। जो भी भगवान ने हमें साधन की सेवा के लिए, प्रॉस्पेरिटी फॉर चैरिटी, अर्थ सब परमार्थ के लिए, इस भावना से हम सब जीवन में जो कुछ कर रहे हैं उसको करते करते सदा अपने निष्ठा ब्रह्म में रखें। हमारा केंद्र ब्रह्म है, परिधि सारा ब्रह्मांड है। इसलिए एक बहुत अच्छे कवि हुए पथिक जी, उन्होंने कहा, मानव तो अगर चाहे दुनिया को हरा देना, बस ईश्वर के दर पर सर अपना झुका देना। मानव तो अगर चाहे दुनिया को हरा देना, धरती और सागर के रत्नों को जो पाना हो, आकाश में उड़ना हो, पाताल में जाना हो, डोरी परमेश्वर को पहले पकड़ा देना। चाहेंगी सदा तुझको खुशियां और आशाएं, चूमेगी चरण तेरे सब और सफलताएं, जीवन को पथिक उसकी राहों पे लगा देना, उसे अपना बना करके उलझन को मिटा देना, एक पल के लिए उसको दिल से न भुला देना, मानव तो अगर चाहे अपने आप को ऐसे गुरु और भगवान के चरणों में लगा करके गुरु और भगवान की शरणागति के साथ हम जीवन में आगे बढ़ें। सर्वधर्मान् परित्यज्य माम एकम शरणं व्रज, अहम त्वा सर्व पापेभ्यो मोक्षयिष्यामि मा शुचः, अहं त्वा सर्वरोगेभ्यो मोक्षयिष्यामि मा शुचः। ऐसी ये पावनी परंपरा है हमारे योग की, अध्यात्म की। तो मैं एक बार पुनः अपनी समस्त गुरु परंपरा, ऋषि परंपरा को प्रणाम करते हुए और हम सब उन ऋषियों के, गुरुओं के, महापुरुषों के प्रतिनिधि, ऐसा अपने आप को उनके जीवंत प्रतिनिधि, प्रतिरूप, मूर्त रूप मानते हुए उस पथ पर हम निरंतर आगे बढ़े। एक बार सभी को फिर से जन्माष्टमी की बहुत बहुत मेरी शुभकामनाएं। पूज्य दाजी को और समस्त हमारे रामचंद्र मिशन के, हार्टफुलनेस के सभी हमारे मेडिटेटर्स को, साधकों को, ध्यान योगियों को मेरा हृदय से प्रणाम। ये 21वीं शताब्दी का युग, ये योग युग है, ये अध्यात्म का युग है, साइंस और स्पिरिचुअलिटी के संगम का युग है। आओ हम सब मिल करके इस योग और कर्मयोग के पथ पर, ध्यान योग के पथ पर आगे बढ़ते हुए अपनी मंजिल पाए। ओम शांति शांति शांति।
This program could not have happened without you. All of you there, audiences, people listening, people practicing, people sharing this news with one another. You have kept it alive. You have inspired us to keep this going. We've taken your feedback. So many of you have been sharing your ideas, questions, thoughts with us, and we have integrated that into this year's program to make a completely different, a completely new kind of a program compared to last year. Much more broad, much more expansive, where there is yoga for the elderly, yoga for children, yoga for enthusiasts, yoga for professionals. We'll have live workshops, lecture sessions, round tables. You name it, this time I think we'll pretty much have it. It was curated by experts from all around the world. Carefully curated, designed, engineered after taking feedback and analytics from last year's programs. We've managed to come up with an extraordinary faculty and brainstormed on how this year's program can happen. We'd particularly like to thank those people who contributed not just their ideas, but time, resources. Ministry of Ayush India, the first and the foremost, Sri Vaidya Rajesh Kotecha ji, who's been a guide, a counselor, and given so much time to us to prepare and help us support this program. Several others, the most, I would say, those who've contributed the most have been Dr. Jaideep Arya, Central Coordinator of Patanjali Yog Peeth Haridwar and President of Haryana Yoga Ayog. Dr. Nataraj, Director of the Nayadam Shivananda Ashram. Mrs. Saraswati Vasudevan of Yoga4Unity2022 Chennai, who was a disciple of the great Krishnamacharya ji and Desikachar ji. Mr. Vivek Tiwari of Kaivalyadam. Ms. Ganga Nandini Tripathi of Parmarth Niketan. Dr. Vijay Kumar of Lakulish University, Ahmedabad. Dr. Veronique Nicolai, Director of the International Heartfulness Yoga Academy. Sri Udit Sheth, the President of National Yogasana Sports Federation. And Pénélope Baudouin from Heartfulness Institute, France. Umang Dawn, a champion of Yogasana and today part of the National Yogasana Sports Federation. There's so many other wonderful people behind the camera, behind their computers, working all the time, and as absolute volunteers, contributing to this program selflessly in a true spirit of yoga. We can't name them all, but you can guess they're there and joyfully working together. In fact, this program has allowed us to take the democratic exercise of offering yoga as several traditions coming together in the way we work. All these teams are composed of people from different horizons, and yet working together, we've discovered that we can be one single unit. And that has been the experience of creating a world family. Of course, we're going to offer programs in different languages for various regions in the world also, so keep watching that space where the website is. During the program, you will be learning from the greatest minds. During the program, you'll be learning from the greatest minds and hearts of our time. These people, the great yoga acharyas, gurus, masters, have walked the talk. And when they teach, magic happens. Be there, not to miss any of their lectures, talks, or sharing, as we specially create programs with their advice, but also with them. So they're going to support this initiative all through. And given that they have so much to pass down to the next generations, especially their experience, we're very fortunate to have them in this program. Let's listen to some of them launch this Yoga for Unity 2022.
Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. I am so glad to warmly invite you to join together for this beautiful, special Yoga for Unity and Wellbeing event ahead of International Day of Yoga 2022. To me, yoga is for all. Yoga is scientific, yoga is a science. Yoga is beyond religions, beyond borders and boundaries. Yoga allows us to live in union, bringing unity and wellness within ourselves, within our relationships, and with the world around us. Yoga brings us into balance. Yukta, balanced, allows us to be centered and grounded, bringing us into health and harmony with our body, our mind, as well as Mother Earth and Mother Nature. Today, from Rishikesh, the yoga capital of the world, from the holy banks of Mother Ganga in the lap of the Himalayas, from Paramarth Niketan Ashram. It is so beautiful to invite you for this special Yoga for Unity program, which is free and open to all. Through it, I hope you are inspired to not just do yoga, but to be yoga, live yoga, learn yoga, and love yoga. Thank you.
Hari Om. I, as an individual and as the president of Mokshayatan Yoga Sansthan, feel delighted to associate with this worldwide campaign of Yoga for Unity initiated by Heartfulness Organization. Like all other blessings of Divine and Mother Nature, like sun, light, moon, holy rivers, this yoga science is also the blessing for entire humanity. It costs nothing, but gives whatsoever is desirable in life. If we are born as a human and we do not take benefit of this science of self, what we call yoga, it means we remain deprived of the greatest gift to us. This world is too big, so a single organization or a single man can't get success in any of such missions. Great are those who invite the cooperation, and still greater are those who do not miss the opportunity. Yoga itself means union, unity, leading to oneness. So with this concept, we want to have the joy of enjoying this feeling of oneness practically through this campaign. I wish that everybody is benefited, reducing the medical budgets from our everyday life and reducing the worldwide tension, violence, hatred, selfishness, and whatsoever is hurting for this humanity. I wish all you the best for this campaign, and I wish that our collective effort will lead this mission to ultimate success, sure success.
Namaste, namaskaram, vanakkam, swagatam, bonjour, buongiorno, buonasera, buonanotte, huya, more, boreda, kia ora, salamat pagi, ayubovan, ayushman bhava, subdinam, and salom to each and everyone joining us for this most amazing series, Yoga in Unity. 100 days leading up to the grand celebration of the International Day of Yoga 2022 on June 21st. It gives us great pleasure to be part of this whole team, a wonderful team that is bringing together so many traditions of yoga on one platform, so many eminent gurus, eminent yoga professionals and mentors coming together to enhance our knowledge base, our wisdom, and our competencies in this great art and science of yoga. On behalf of ICYR at Anandashram and the siter of Sri Balaji Vidyapeeth in Puducherry, I offer my congratulations to this wonderful team that is putting together 100 days of Yoga for Unity. At the same time, I welcome each and every sincere seeker of yoga from every nook and corner of this planet to take advantage of this great knowledge base being created. It is being offered free of cost so that everyone, sans barriers, can access the wonderful storehouse of yogic wisdom. Yoga is our divine mother, and we are her beloved children. Yoga is the cultural heritage of our beloved India, and it is India's greatest gift to the world. Let us all join together, because coming together is what yoga is all about. Let us come together. Let us put our thoughts, emotions, words, and energies together and make this world a much better place. When we all adopt a yogic way of thinking, a yogic way of living, at that moment, this world will become a much better place. Join us for this wonderful 100 days of Yoga for Unity series. Namaste, Dhanyavadaha, Nandri, Vanakkam.
From the holy banks of Mother Ganga, from the lap of the sacred Himalayas, from this grove of ancient sacred trees here in Parmarth Nikethan Ashram. It's such a joy, such an honor, and such a blessing to welcome you all and to be part of this Yoga for Unity event 2022. This is the time where we gather together with so many of our sister yoga institutions from across the world and offer to people of every race, religion, color, culture, the best that yoga teachings have to offer. And of course, yoga is life. Yoga is not just what we do on a mat. Yoga is how we live. Yoga is that union that experiential, aware, conscious union of ourself to the divine. And we enter the stream of yoga, the river of yoga, through all of these practices of asana, of pranayama, of meditation, dhyan, as well as through philosophy on how we live, the yam, the niyam, and ultimately bringing us into that divine union of samadhi. And that is the point of our life. So join us, unite with us in this yoga for unity. Yoga already unites us, the body to the breath, the mind to the muscles, the self to the divine. But here in this program, it also unites all of us together across different streams, different teachings, different lineages. A true union of yoga, and we do yoga to experience union and then to share that union, that unity with all. And of course it's free. So join us for Yoga for Unity and get yourself connected. So much love to you all from Parmarth Nikatan Ashram on these holy banks of Mother Ganga in Rishikesh, India.
Namaste. My name is Nataraj from the Shivananda Yoga Vedanta Centers, and I'd like to take this opportunity to thank the Heartfulness Foundation for arranging the Yoga for Unity drive towards the International Day of Yoga 2022. Started last year and going forward again this year. They've got high hopes and great plans to involve people from all different schools and to connect to people all over the world to present yoga in a very holistic way and to bring unity not only in the world but also amongst the yoga community. So we're very happy to be part of this process, and I thank the organizers for their hard work. Thank you.
How are you going to enroll in this program? It's simple. Go to the website www.yoga4unity.com and simply have a look. Enroll, register, and have access completely free of charge to all the programs. In fact, this year on YouTube, you would be able to watch only the practice videos. We'll have all the lectures, the master classes, the live workshops, everything on the website. You can easily access at your pace, at your time, wherever you are. So please make the most of it and do not miss the practical tips of healthy living, Ayurveda, how to make your life better, how to sleep better, eat better, live better, psychology, relationships, you name it, we got it, or from the perspective of yoga. We'll have stories for children, podcasts, practice sessions for little children. We'll have discussions, roundtables. And as we go ahead, we welcome you to become a part of the world community of yoga. No barriers. And explore not just yourself, not just the deep inner self to create peace and harmony within, but that of a complete freedom that only yoga can bring. And share it with your friends, with your families. Take the journey of yoga with Yoga for Unity and feel absolutely free, first within yourself and then with your communities and then with the countries and the world. So join us for this adventure. If you register before the 31st of March, yes, there's always a catch, you get a certificate of participation if you want at the end of the program, which will be the terrific celebration of the 21st June 2022, the International Day of Yoga. Thank you. Namaste. Let's get on that mat. Let's close our eyes. Begin with meditation and practice yoga in the best way for all of us. Thank you.